Hello everyone, welcome to my EV update show. Today we're going to talk a little bit about what I've been doing recently, and also kind of an article that just really got to me, and a sentiment that I've been dealing with a lot with other people, but we're going to save that to the end. First off, I'd just like to thank everybody for subscribing and for watching my videos. It's been awesome. I'm actually at 973 subscribers as of the recording of this video, so I only have about 27 to go to hit that magical 1,000 mark. So that's awesome. You know, if you know anybody interested in this type of video, please send them my way and share my videos if you can. That'd be really appreciated. Now, so what I've been up to? Well, it's summer and there's lots of awesome, fun things to do, so I am finding it a little bit hard to get motivation and time to dedicate to recording these videos. But I was just actually in the Honda Clarity plug-in hybrid electric vehicle. That was about, well, 2 or 3 weeks ago now, I guess, and I have all the videos uploaded. And I just have to say that overall, I was really impressed with the car. It surprised me greatly by what it did. I really liked it in terms of what it offered for interior comfort, especially. And, you know, if I was to replace the Chevrolet Volt, which I'm sitting in right now in the back seat, the Clarity would be on my list. So I'm going to link the videos below in the description. If you haven't watched any of them, I encourage you to do so. And if you are looking for some type of like plug-in hybrid sedan vehicle that offers really good space and pretty good electrical performance, then I think you should put the Clarity on your list. Now, a few other bits of news. The Hyundai Kona EV. I actually just read yesterday that Hyundai shipped their first 1,000 units. Of course, those aren't coming to North America, but it means that they are under production and they have a finalized version. So I imagine we're going to see those soon, because I think they said should be in North America the 4th quarter, and we're getting right into that space pretty quick here. That vehicle really interests me. I am at the stage now where I'm considering about actually replacing my Volt and my 2012 Nissan Leaf and just going down to one car for my household. And so there's lots of cars on that list. Personally, like right now, the Chevrolet Bolt is high on that list. The Mitsubishi Outlander plug-in hybrid, which is completely opposite spectrum, is also on my list. And I think the Kona EV might. But I've been doing some research, and it looks like the storage capacity of the Kona might be a little bit compromised. And that might lead me into something called the Kia Niro. I haven't talked about the Niro at all, but essentially it seems like it has most of the internals that the Kona EV has. So it has a 64 kilowatt-hour battery. It's a CUV, so a crossover utility vehicle or a city utility vehicle, however you want to look at it. And I don't think there's pricing for that yet, and that's expected kind of early 2019. But it looks like it might be a little bit longer. And if you look at the hybrid version of the Niro, it does have a lot more storage space, and so that also might be really high on my list as well for a replacement vehicle. But anyways, those we're seeing some exciting stuff from some manufacturers, so good on that. Now, okay, let's get into kind of my beef, why I wanted to talk about this one. So there's this website, and it's been showing up in my Google News feed a lot, and it's driving.ca, and they have a lot of like clickbaity titles, and I suppose the title for this video is a little bit clickbaity. And they were kind of saying that if you look at the overall, and this has been discussed many times before in a different angle, but they're saying if you look at how the world is pushing towards solar and wind energy generation, if you combine the total, what it takes to build those and the energy they produce, and then put that into an electric vehicle, that actually a combustion vehicle is better. Now, there's lots of, but therefore they're saying, you know, hey, like your EV isn't as green and you shouldn't be doing it, things like that. And I've seen this article posted on a bunch of other forums, and like a lot of people wrote really intelligent reasons for why it doesn't count. But that's not why I'm here to argue those reasons or to put them forward. What I want to say though is that, let's say that my electric vehicles are proven that they are actually worse for the environment in some way. Let's say there's irrefutable proof that they suddenly are not as good as a really cheap small engine combustion vehicle. Now we could argue, like, you look at trucks and all kinds of other really high consumption fuel vehicles, which are obviously going to far exceed, but let's say I could get a combustion vehicle that is cleaner than my electric vehicle. And that kind of got me thinking, okay, well, I still wouldn't buy one. And I like, one of the things that pushed me into my first electric vehicle, the Nissan Leaf, was the concept was that, like, my wife was driving 40 kilometers a day, commuting, and we really just didn't want to, well, be buying gas. We didn't want to be contributing to localized air pollution. And, you know, so that got us into the door. We were just having a little bit of guilt about all that, you know, combustion we were going to be doing and adding to the local area. So, and then when we got an electric vehicle, when we drove it, we were just blown away, like, by how quiet it was, and as we grew with it, it just became this amazing thing. And I'm at the point now, though, it's just like, when I am in a combustion vehicle, it's awful. It's horrible, and it's not because of, like, the environmental reasons. It's just I don't like the way they drive. I don't like the constant noise. I don't like the vibration. I don't like the idea of, like, of the idling motor, of starter motors, of all that garbage that comes with a combustion vehicle. And having, like, I worked in a mechanic shop for a couple of years, and I worked on a lot of cars, and if anything, that kind of made me, it pushed me away from the combustion market, because it's just, you see all the crap that goes on, and that can go wrong. And I don't have any of that with, like, my Nissan Leaf. And so even if someone could prove it, that there's, like, I could get one particular combustion vehicle, there's no chance I would buy it, because I don't like the way that they work. So, like, there's this pervasive idea that people are just buying electric vehicles for eco reasons, or just for cost savings. And that may be a factor for some people, but I think the majority of electric vehicle owners right now, if they were given the chance, like, they now, I would say, are doing the same reason I am. They're driving electric vehicles because they prefer the way everything about it. They prefer that they could fill them up at home. They prefer the way they drive, the instant acceleration. Like, some people really don't believe me that electric vehicle can be fun, but it is very fun. Like, it is such a joy just to go into a corner and hit the accelerator and instant response through. And yes, you could get, like, a really high-end combustion car to probably act similar, but we're talking out of, like, a Nissan Leaf or a Chevrolet Volt or something. Completely different spectrums here. So, yeah, I think that's just my point, is that as there's the counter arguments against EVs, as they come more a little bit, you know, they're getting a little bit more worried about what's happening, I think, and we're seeing more of them, and it's just, you know, I just want to say, like, I don't care. You know, if you are thinking about buying an electric vehicle, you really need to experience one, and that's why I've created these videos. Like, my whole driving reaction and things was to try to get through the point that there is a really good, it's a really nice place to be, it's a good place to drive, and that you should be in one. And, you know, I've tried to not put the eco side on most of my videos. Like, I've always talked about just how the car feels, and that's just because that is the way I feel. And so, anyways, that's just what I wanted to talk about. I will, for argument's sake, I guess I will link to that driving article as well, if you wanted to read it to see what they're talking about. Now, finally, I guess it is, what are we? We're near the end of July, actually, and my next lined up vehicle would be the Kona EV once it becomes available on Vancouver Island at a particular dealership. They said they will let me borrow one. But do you have any requests? Please let me know in the comments if you have any vehicles that you'd like me to try to get into. Another vehicle that I just would actually love to own, but it is out of my price bracket, is the Jaguar I-Pace. Like, I think that's a beautiful vehicle, and I'm kind of trying to see if I can get into one of those. Also, I have reached out to the local Nissan dealership to see if they will let me borrow a 2018 Leaf. I'm really trying to get into the 28 Leaf before the 2019 so I can actually make a comparison, or have like a, and I haven't actually, well, I was told that there just wasn't any stock, but it looks like now there might actually be some stock on the 2018 Leafs. So if you'd like to see me do the Leaf, let me know as well in the comments. Anyways, thanks for watching. Check out my other videos. Subscribe if you haven't, please. It'd really help me out. Bye.